Before I continue, however, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the wars in Ukraine, Israel, and Gaza, where so many people are suffering. Sadly, these wars are a reminder that we have much to do to create a more just and peaceful world, made all the more vivid with the passing of one of our YES students from Gaza, Bara Abulish. As we begin this morning, let us take a moment to reflect on the rich history of volunteerism in the United States. Volunteerism has been a cornerstone of our society, shaping and influencing our country in profound ways. From community service to disaster relief, American volunteers have stepped up to make a difference. This spirit of giving back has always been at the heart of our nation, and for us, it fuels our collective work at AFS-USA. Each one of you embodies the values of cultural exchange, intercultural learning, and global citizenship. It is your dedication that propels our organization forward, ensuring that the transformative experience of student exchange continues to change the lives of families, educators, alumni, and others in your community with whom you interact. I also hope that in many ways AFS-USA is impacting your own lives. Speaking of changing lives, one of our organizational values relates to the essence of our founders and how that profound level of volunteerism has sustained us since our beginning. In all that we do at AFS, we honor the legacy of our founders, volunteer World War I and World War II American Field Service ambulance drivers who emerged from the wars with a bold mission to help prevent future conflict through cultural exchange and understanding. True to the spirit of our founders, our programs today are made possible by the dedicated work of AFS volunteers. More than 2,600 volunteers in the United States and over 30,000 volunteers worldwide. Meanwhile, we are all painfully aware of the fact that we've just experienced a very challenging host family recruitment cycle that resulted in a shortfall of host family placements for students who plan to come to the United States. In fact, we still have students awaiting placements, students who should have already arrived and started school. This has been a significant disappointment for all of us. However, it nonetheless provides us with an opportunity to evaluate our methods, plotting a new course for adapting to changing circumstances. And AFS-USA will be working over the coming months to innovate and to find new ways to engage more people to host. There are a few other priority initiatives that are serving to strengthen AFS-USA that I want to highlight this morning. Most notably, our new Global Citizen Scholarship and Aid Fund that ensures that for every student who AFS-USA accepts to go abroad, that they can participate with no financial barrier. Our work with schools continues to be a priority, and in fact, we just hosted a workshop for educators here in Cincinnati yesterday, all part of our ongoing effort to build partnerships with educators and schools. The workshop served as a kickoff for many initiatives that we will be conducting during International Education Week, November 13 to 17. Together, the National Council and staff leadership chose to make this summit's content be about volunteer engagement because we recognize the need to invest in our volunteers. Volunteering is changing, and not just at AFS-USA. Like with other organizations, there has been a societal, cultural change that started before COVID. According to AmeriCorps, an estimated 23.2% of Americans, or 60.7 million people, formally volunteered with organizations between September 2020 and 2021. In total, these volunteers served an estimated 4.1 billion hours with an economic value of $122 billion. But the pandemic had a profound impact on volunteering in the United States. The formal volunteering rate dropped 7 percentage points from 30% in 2019 to 23% in 2021. This is the largest change since AmeriCorps and the US Census Bureau started collecting this type of data in 2002. Today, people who want to volunteer also want to know exactly how they will be contributing to the organization. So it's not just about how AFS can recruit more volunteers. It's about how we need to better train, engage, motivate, and recognize our volunteers. Additional to the focus of this weekend's summit being on volunteer engagement, we have a number of initiatives planned for the coming year that will build on the ideas and content from this weekend. By the end of the weekend, as Mary Jo mentioned last night, you will all have identified a volunteer engagement project for the coming year. Ongoing support and coaching from a combination of the National Council members, the Volunteer Engagement Advisory Group, and staff will be available to you. In a moment, I'm delighted to kick off our day with a panel session that includes individuals who have experienced the power of volunteering in different capacities and different organizations. Connie Askin from the AFS-USA Board of Directors will reflect on her work with Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Mass. Martin Redgrave from the AFS-USA President's Advisory Council will be sharing his experiences with both Junior Achievement and the United Way, both in Ohio. And Mary Connor, the Director of Volunteers at Cincinnati Teams, will be speaking about her experience running the tennis program here in Cincinnati. Their stories and expertise will undoubtedly enrich our understanding of volunteer engagement. This morning, I want to thank all of you here because you stepped up and responded to our call to have volunteers attend this summit who want to work on better engaging with volunteers in your areas of the country. Together, I have no doubt that we will navigate the challenges ahead, embracing change and innovation to ensure that our organization continues to impact people in the world, their lives, host families, alumni, schools, and communities. In closing, as we're gathered here in Cincinnati, let us be inspired, let us learn from one another, and let us return home with a renewed enthusiasm and the tools necessary to create engaging, supportive, and meaningful volunteer communities. So thank you. And Connie, Martin, and Mary, can you join me on the stage? Thank you.